Sophie, you just painted your Barbie with nail polish, right?
Yes, she told me to.
She told you to do it. So when Barbie was laying there, Barbie said, I'm going to go ahead and just lay here and you can play with me. And then all of a sudden Barbie said, okay, can you paint me with nail polish?
And she said this 100 times and I be saying no.
So you were saying no, you shouldn't put nail polish on Barbie, and she kept saying over and over again 100 times, she kept saying, please paint me with nail polish.
She said Dad 100 times.
100 times. And then when she was all painted blue, did you think that you should have stopped painting her with nail polish in your room on the carpet?
I'm trying to get off, but it was sticking on. No, I couldn't get it off.
So you tried to get it off, but you couldn't?
No, it's too hard.
Now, where are you allowed to use your nail polish? Outside. But when you painted inside, why did you do that?
She told me to.
She told you to?
Yes.
Okay, does Barbie know that she could have ruined your carpet and your bed and all of your blankets?
Yes, she told me to. I said it was all over, but she didn't listen to me.
So you told her it was a horrible idea?
And she said 100 times all the time. All Bobby keep saying that. All of them do.
Well, hello there, partner. Go on and hang up your hat, grab yourself a whiskey, and pull up in the easy chair. We're coming off the range of 9 to 5s with a whole herd of news stories that we've been steaming over like a cow patty in the Texas heat. As they say, the chickens are finally coming home to roost. And we're here to ruffle some feathers and ensure accountability ain't just a concept, it's reality. It's that time where the day's drama casts its longest shadow. So let's light a candle to the chaos of current events, the whirlwind of politics, and the tangled webs of corruption that we find ourselves entwined by. It's time to ramble our way into the twilight. Welcome to Sunset Rants.
Hey, you guys. Welcome back to Sunset Rants. I'm your host, Biddy. I'm here with the actual producer, Brian. What's up?
Howdy.
Howdy.
Bringing you. Actually, I fibbed a little bit. This episode is a little, it is a little refreshed, but that's okay. We don't waste good work around here.
Definitely not. I agree with you in the chat. Get rid of every single one of that little girl's dolls.
Yeah, they're clearly a bad influence on the child.
You know, and I gotta say, she didn't change her story, not one bit.
No, she stuck to it.
She stuck to it.
You kind of got to respect that a little bit, but
what a cutie pie, that poor thing. Oh, justice for Barbie. Barbie's all blue now.
yeah.
But yeah, so if you guys want to follow the show, of course you could do that on X at @therealroma_AK. You could follow me if you like, Elizabitty213A. You could follow Brian at BrianTidwell1 or the Get Off Your Lawn guy. But we got a lot to talk about today, so yeah, why don't we get that started?
Okay, yeah, that wasn't supposed to pop up when it popped up, but we'll go ahead and get into it.
No problem. I like dancing on the screen. All right.
Yeah.
So coming to you from ABC News, this is basically what everybody's talking about. SNAP benefits to halt in some states amid government shutdown. One of the biggest impacts of the government shutdown is about to hit tens of millions of the poorest Americans hard, the halting of a critical food assistance program. Several states are now warning they will be forced to suspend supplemental nutritional assistance program benefits come November 1st, or SNAP, if the shutdown continues. It often refers to as food stamps, serves roughly 42 million low-income Americans. The program run by the USDA Food and Nutrition Service issues electronic benefits that can be used like cash to purchase food. Texas is now warning its millions of recipients that all November SNAP benefits will be halted if the shutdown continues past October 27th. Pennsylvania officials say that they will also not be able to distribute SNAP benefits if the shutdown now in its 21st day continues. We got a quote here: because Republicans in Washington, D.C. failed to pass a federal budget causing the federal government shutdown, November 2025 SNAP benefits cannot be paid, an alert on the state's Department of Health Human Services website reads. You know, it's funny too. It's like every time something like this happens that it affects everyday Americans, which all of this stuff that the government does, it affects us all the time. All we
Right.
see is this ping pong back and forth, whose fault it is. And whenever they try to explain themselves on the news or anything like that, they always give like these blanket one word answers. It's the Republicans' fault. It's the Democrats' fault. They couldn't pass the budget, whatever. And why couldn't we pass the budget? Is because the negotiations couldn't get past you guys wanting to continue to give illegal immigrants health care. You want to continue to send, I don't know, money to Uganda for circumcisions. I don't know if that's the place where they were sending it to. Transgender studies in this place, that place. Like, is that all the pork that you wanted to keep in to pass a spending bill to continue to spend our money on things that have nothing to do with tax-paying American citizens? So, it's really quite crazy. And they, the politicians, they understand that people don't really read into this stuff. They hear a buzzword and they run with it. So you got everybody arguing and not really looking at what's actually happening. All right. So earlier this month, the special SNAP program for women, infants, and children, commonly known as WIC, received $300 million from the White House to help support the program through October 31st amid the shutdown. But now states are projected to run out of funds as early as next month. WIC, which helps more than 7 million low-income mothers, young children, and expectant parents get nutritious foods, is on the verge of running out of money as early as November 1st, unless the government reopens or receives additional emergency funding. I looked up a couple of things on SNAP because I was kind of curious. So the available analysis shows immigrant-headed households use SNAP and other welfare programs at higher rates than native-born households, with major reports clustering around roughly 50 to 54% usage rate for immigrant households versus about 39% for U.S.-born households. Recent federal rule changes in 2025 this year are projected to narrow eligibility and cause significant reductions in benefit receipt for immigrants and refugees, producing localized immediate losses while leaving program use by eligible non-citizen groups and naturalized citizens largely intact. So we got, I don't know.
Okay, so you take away the incentive for them to be here, these welfare programs that are meant for low income Americans, and they come and they take advantage of these, and now these are going away. Well, shit. I mean, hell, maybe they'll start self-deporting.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of it's a self-licking lollipop, Problem takes care of itself.
Yeah. So, and then also another thing I was looking at. So this was like the last reported, but in 2021, taxpayers filed 153.6 million tax returns. So that's roughly, we don't have the updated numbers, but roughly that's about how many people pay into taxes, into all of these government programs. So with that, they usually get about 14.7 trillion in adjusted gross income and paid about 2.2 trillion in individual income taxes. And you're saying that out of all of these people, all of these migrants that came, they're taking about 50% of all of these benefits.
Yeah.
So, this is basically kind of just showcasing, like, what are they going to do when the voters that they paid for to get here start getting angry that they're not getting their money,
Well,
their little treats.
People are starting to freak out on X. Here's a little montage I came across about people saying, well, okay, having, please forgive, the verbiage here, but blacks are having a have level 9 chimp outs because their gives me that snap EBT leech from the white man's wallet might be temporarily paused. Please
Okay.
excuse the racist overtones of what the guy is saying here, but honestly, this collage, I've been seeing a lot of this on X.
Mhm. Yeah. I've been seeing videos all over TikTok and, on X and everything. People are posting it and you know what's crazy? It really kind of sucks because these programs, they are necessary for people who,
Mhm.
just came down on their luck. They lost their job, something major happened in their life, and they need to get some help so that they can get back on their feet. But a lot of people have used and abused these programs for decades. Like just one thing as simple as the food stamp benefit, right? They'll get, let's say they get just like a number like $500 a month in food stamp money. If they don't use all of that 500 and it gets reported that they're not using it, little by little that money starts going down because it gets, reevaluated. You don't really need this money. We can use that for somebody else. You can, maybe you don't need 500, maybe you could do 250. But what people do is they'll sell that they'll get cash from somebody and they'll pay for
Mhm.
that person's groceries and they'll sell it. So these programs have been used and abused for a very, very long time. And the amount of money that it costs to fund these programs, I mean, it's in the billions of dollars.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what are we supposed to continue? Like, I mean, just like to shut down everything aside, what are we supposed to do if you have 153 million people that are the taxpayers and you have, I don't know, what, 50 million people receiving benefits that aren't paying into it? That numbers is going to keep going up and up and up the more they bring refugees in here, legal immigrants come in here, start getting on it, whatever. At what point is that we say that this is like totally unsustainable, that we don't have enough people paying into the system that is paying for all of this stuff? It
Right.
has to be reevaluated. But I do feel bad for those that are like, they're not trying to abuse it. They're maybe on it just for a minute and they really don't have the means to kind of put something aside um, for this. And the Democrats, they're the ones, all they needed to do was vote yes on the continuing resolution just the way it is, to push this down to November so they can renegotiate and talk about it, about do a permanent budget. But they want to posture and make it seem like they're fighting for their constituents, which they're absolutely not. They're ruining the lives of their constituents. Um, and it's just crazy. And I really hope people like understand that. But a lot of people just think it's like, oh, Trump bad, Republicans bad. They don't care about us. We're the poor. They don't care. They want to just get, and then the Democrats will be like, oh, they want to take away from the poor just to give tax cuts to the rich. It's just so infuriating that people still listen to them. It's crazy. But yeah.
Rebel, who are you calling Tank Boss?
Oh, I like that. Tank Boss. Yeah. I like that. Hey, Rebel. What's up, girl? Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. I really don't think that they're gonna stop. I don't think the Democrats are gonna come to the table at all. I think they're gonna ride this wave, especially when they see all these videos people are making, not putting blame where blame actually should be going, you know?
The Democrats are bound and determined to ride this shutdown. The Republicans have thrown them lifeline after lifeline, and they refuse to grab it. Like this late. I mean, they're even offering up. Hey, we'll extend Obamacare subsidies.
Mhm.
But they're still not biting. This one comes at you from Fox News, Dominion News Network, as AK likes to call it. Republicans push to renew Obamacare subsidies while rejecting Democrats' shutdown tie-in. Letter signed by GOP Representatives Jeff Van Drew and Jen Kiggins. Wow, almost fucked that up. Okay. A group of House Republicans is calling on Speaker Mike Johnson, Republican Louisiana, to deal with the expiring Obamacare subsidies immediately after the government shutdown ends. 13 House GOP lawmakers, led by Representatives Jeff Andrew and Jen Kiggins, are sending a letter to Johnson on Tuesday. This story is a day old. Thanking him for his leadership during the shutdown, but maintaining Obamacare must also be dealt with before the end of the year. Obamacare, formerly called the Affordable Care Act, has emerged as one of the main flashpoints on the ongoing fiscal standoff between Republicans and Democrats. Every day, the shutdown continues to hurt the very people we are elected to serve, including the men and women of the armed forces. Federal law enforcement officers keep our communities safe, agents to defend our nation's borders, and public servants who provide essential services to veterans, seniors, and families, the Republicans wrote. We also firmly believe the government's funding debate is not time or place to address health care issues. Using shutdown as leverage to force a debate only prolongs the harm and distracts from the immediate task of reopening the government. Once the government is reopened, however, we should immediately turn our focus to the growing crisis of health care affordability and looming expiration of enhanced Affordable Care Act premium tax credits. Okay, so this is where I'm going to go off on a rant here.
Yes, please.
For years, the Republicans have railed against the Affordable Care Act. The Affordable Care Act originally passed without a single Republican vote. Not a single one. It passed. And then during Trump's first term, when the Republicans had both the House and the Senate, and they had every opportunity to completely repeal that thing, instead of repealing it, they just put Band-Aids on it and extended it. And honestly, I mean, if you've been alive if you've been an adult for more than 20 years, you've been paying bills for more than 20 years, let me ask you this. Have your health care costs gone up or down since the Affordable Care Act? Bueller.
Yeah, I remember when that thing first came out, and it was crazy. I think they were offering, I didn't have access to health insurance. I was working, but my company wasn't offering it. And because I was working, I was making too much. I couldn't go on Medicaid. So I just made sure I didn't get sick. And when they were offering this whole, thing, I called up to find out how much I would, need to pay for my husband and I. And they were saying it was going to be $700 a month with a $1,500 deductible. And then on top of that, you get fined. I think it was like $350, $400 at tax time if you didn't have insurance coverage.
At least Trump got rid of that.
Right.
At least they got rid of the mandate on it, which they fought tooth and nail to keep, because without the mandate, Obamacare falls apart. Well, yeah, that was the whole fucking idea of getting rid of the mandate, but yet here it is. We're stuck with it. It's not going away.
And they try to keep saying, we're going to take from the rich to give to the poor. No, you're not. You're taking from the rich, the middle class, the lower middle class to give to the people who are, there's some people that are poor and hard up and they need a little leg up for a minute. But for the most part, a lot of people are just chilling and they're like, I'm not going to work. Why do I need to work when I'm getting all this money? I just keep making babies and I'll get $15,000 every tax, term, whatever credit. No, it's just, they're trying to make everybody just poor and miserable, with the few elites at the top just reveling in all of it.
Yeah. And this whole shutdown crap, I got a short clip here from the number 2 Democrat in the House. Pause it right there. Let me get it. Share the tab. And I'll play the video.
I mean, shutdowns are terrible. And of course, there will be, families that are going to suffer. We take that responsibility very seriously. But it is one of the few leveraged times we have.
Did you hear that? The few leverage times they have. Of course people are suffering. Of course people are suffering. People are starving. Our soldiers aren't getting paid. Of course, that all sucks. But we need you to suck it up because that's the only leverage we have right now.
Okay, so I got something for her. Let's see. Congress, they keep getting paid, no matter government open, shut down, sideways, front ways, they don't care. They get paid. They get about $174,000 annually each, which breaks down to about $14,500 a month before taxes. There's about 213 Democrats in the House, 48 in the Senate. So if you really care, that's about $3.7 million per month that we're paying these people to hold everyone's livelihood hostage, so that way they can have a leg up, so they can get their, the prizes that they want. And it's about $8.3 billion per month for SNAP benefits. So it won't cover all, but if they really cared, why don't you guys show how wonderful you are and how much you care about the people and give up your monthly paychecks and put, I don't know what, like $3.7 million towards that 8 billion? Cut it down a little bit. No, but they won't. They keep getting paid, and that's why they're allowed to act like this. And I don't know if anything would ever get passed to say, okay, if the government shuts down, then Congress doesn't get a paycheck, because they get to vote on these things, term limits, they get to vote on these things. So they get to keep playing this game constantly. Just terrible. And I know I saw Iris said something about, like what you were talking about earlier, Brian, about people threatening to steal if they don't have their benefits, or, rob people that are coming out of the store.
Yeah.
So keep your head on a swivel, you guys. It's about to get ugly.
Yeah, it's about to get real ugly. I honestly thought this shutdown crap would end this week after the No Kings protest. After they threw their hissy fit and got their sound bites. But
I have this weird feeling it's going to go past the election in New York City. I think they really want Dami to get in there, and it's going to be a good talking point for him.
You're probably right. We'll keep an eye out for it. Yeah. But yeah. All right, you ready to head over to Israel?
Sure.
International focus. Make sure I'm sharing the right tab. Here we go. Go ahead and take it away for me.
All right. So from USA Today, Trump's Gaza deal hangs in the balance. Can J.D. Vance save it? President Donald Trump's top messenger, J.D. Vance, is traveling to Israel. He did touch down there and is expected to try and rein in Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu while seeking to prevent the collapse of a week-old peace deal hailed as a coup for the United States in ending a brutal 2-year war. The vice president will land in fraught territory as the deal brokered by the White House hangs in the balance. The first part of the ceasefire was confined to the release of living hostages in exchange for Palestinian prisoners and flowing in of aid. Vance faces the biggest sticking point of the rest of the plan, Hamas's disarmament and Israel's full withdrawal of troops from the enclave. It's a high-stakes gamble for the vice president with limited foreign policy experience. Vance aims to succeed in the latest chapter of conflict that has engulfed previous American administrations. At minimum, Vance, with the help of other Trump envoys, must convince Netanyahu's government to show restraint in responding to Hamas's provocations, as they're, still shooting people and, harming people, and ensure that humanitarian assistance makes it into Gaza, former U.S. officials say. As questions about the future of Gaza's governance and policing include Israel's own safety concerns, Vance is also under pressure to define ambitious points of Trump's peace plan, among them which countries will participate in the U.S.-backed Arab Stabilization Force that will provide support to vetted police after Hamas disarms, and who will sit on the Palestinian committee that oversees Gaza. So they're trying to kind of, get all their ducks in a row, because you can't just kind of throw everything together and just say, all right, good luck. You got to have some kind of plan. So the dispute resulted in temporary suspension October 19th and delivery of humanitarian aid. There was a Flare-up in fighting threatened to invalidate the agreement after Israel launched airstrikes on Gaza in retaliation for a Hamas assault that it said killed 2 soldiers. Israel's military said it began renewed enforcement of the ceasefire later in the day. It's sickening. I never expected. I mean, I know what Trump said, and I kind of, I was like, oh, that sounds great. This is all going to be done quickly, but I never thought this was going to be linear and easy. I always felt like it was going to be a problem.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Trump has done a lot. He has accomplished a lot. But, the whole Gaza deal and the whole Ukraine deal has turned out to be way more complex than Trump ever expected it would be. I think, especially the Ukraine thing, I mean, all of Trump's assumptions have been turned on their head. He thought he could deal with Putin. You can't deal with Putin. He thought he could bring Zelensky to heel. No, Zelensky can't be brought to heel. Mm-hmm. So,
a lot of this stuff just went on way too long.
Yeah, it's gone on way too long. There's too much bad blood on both sides of these conflicts. Mm-hmm. And one of the hardest things to give up on is hate. That's one of the hardest things to give up. And that's what a lot of what's going on here is just pure hatred.
Generational hatred. Yeah. By the way, I didn't get to say it. I'm sorry when you had the chat up, but thank you, Erin, for the $10 super chat. Thank you so much, love. She said, why women are evacuated first in an emergency so men can come up with a solution in peace and quiet. Maybe we should try the same with Congress. Girl, I'm with you there. Listen, I'm a strong woman, whatever. But I got to tell you, women are petty. And the majority of the month, we are lunatics. I don't think we should be in positions of power. That's just, I'm sorry, but I really don't. I think we are irrational way more than men are. But yeah.
Okay, so I got this little clip here from Vance. If you want to go ahead and play that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh, you gotta share. Oh, there you go.
Well, Jared's the investor here. I'm not going to give you a percentage, but look, what we've seen the past week gives me great optimism the ceasefire is going to hold. And if we get from where we were a week ago to a long-term, durable peace between Israel and Gaza, there are going to be hills and valleys. There are going to be moments where it looks like things aren't going particularly well. But given that, and given the history of conflict, I think that everybody should be proud of where we are today. It's going to require constant effort. It's going to require constant monitoring and supervision. That's part of the reason that Admiral Cooper and his team is here, is to mediate these disputes, to mediate these disagreements as they come up. But look, right now, I feel very optimistic. Can I say with 100% certainty that it's going to work? No. But you don't do difficult things by only doing what's 100% certain. You do difficult things by trying, and that's what the President of the United States has asked us to do. Sir.
I like that, the way he ended it there. It's true. I mean, it's not an easy thing. And, a lot of people have been really upset with the fact that we're kind of like still in the mix of a lot of these things. But, I'm just going to play the devil's advocate on it. Like our nation has been intertwined in a lot of these conflicts for so long, whether it be funding, mediary work or whatever. You can't just say, all right, well, now I'm just going to, and you guys deal with it. You can't. There's gotta be some kind of like ease out. There's gotta be some kind of like, all right, we're not gonna just let, like that pull out in Afghanistan. Like you can't just do that. It's not realistic.
Yeah, I just want to point out something here.
Yeah.
Okay. Journalists do better. I know by and large you do not like the Trump administration. I know you do not trust the Trump administration. But why do you gotta in your writing consistently throw shade on the efforts by saying things like it's a high stakes gamble for the vice president with limited foreign policy experience.
Mm-hmm.
Come
Oh
on.
yeah, because Kamala Harris would have been a
Yeah,
with
like
that.
like she had so much foreign policy experience.
Mhm.
She was so qualified to be vice president and do stuff like that. Yeah.
But you know, I don't even know. Like I swear, like I say these things all the time too, and I'm just like, they know. They know. They absolutely know what they're doing. They're not dumb. I mean, they're dumb, but they're not stupid. They understand exactly what they're doing, and they're constantly lying, and that's why Trump calls them fake news, and they are absolutely that. Sorry,
They are absolutely fake news.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's lying liars are going to lie, and I think that's what most of the mainstream professional journalists are. They just they write whatever the editors from on high tell them to write.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me.
You know what's crazy too that I just found out? The creator of The Sopranos, the HBO show The Sopranos, they're coming out with an MK Ultra limited TV series. And I wonder, because, this gets into conspiracy theory stuff, but actually, when you have an idea of how you can brainwash people, off of data that you've seen, in these kind of programs and stuff like that, you absolutely can brainwash people if you do it in a certain way. You keep drumming it in over and over and over again. And you have all these people saying the exact same thing. And it's like, just think about like a song that you get stuck in your head. You may not like it when you first hear it. You hear it over and over again and you can't get that thing out of your head. You can absolutely mind control somebody. I wonder if they're actually going to say like the influence in media and entertainment, but I doubt it.
Oh, Rebel. Nice callback, man.
Rebel's a big country next to a
smaller country.
And this one's over here and this one's a little over there. Yeah, they may not be dumb, but they say and do dumb things. Absolutely. But I'm telling you, like,
we have the best audience.
I don't put it past them that they know exactly what they're doing. They're highly calculated,
Well, we've actually got a good news story here. It could have been a tragedy, but it was prevented. This one comes at you from Yahoo News. I am sharing the wrong tab again. Okay. Potential mass shooting at Atlanta airport thwarted after suspect's family reported threats. This one comes at you from Dallas Express via Yahoo News. Potential mass shooting was prevented in the nation's busiest airport Monday after a Georgia family alerted police that a relative was armed and threatening to shoot it up. Authorities arrested Billy Joe Cagle. Of course, good old boy from Georgia's named Billy Joe. Inside Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport after his family warned he was heading there with violent intent, according to CBS and Fox 5 Atlanta. CNN and Fox 5 Atlanta. Officers detained Cagle at 9:54 a.m. minutes after the Cartersville police relayed an alert with his photo. Surveillance showed him he entered through door S1 at 9:31 a.m. and lingered near the crowded TSA checkpoint before officers located him. Cagle was unarmed when he was arrested. Police say he found a loaded AR-15 assault rifle with 1 round in chamber and 26 in the magazine inside his truck, parked outside the South Terminal. Atlanta Police Chief Darren Schreierbaum called the case a tragedy averted, praising the family's quick action and coordination between Cartersville and Atlanta officers. They saw something and they said something, Schreierbaum said, crediting officers Gibson and Banks and Sergeant Jones for their decisive response. Really don't need to go much more into that. So, yeah.
Yeah. You know what's crazy too? Like, I swear, the journalists and like the integrity of journalism is just so down, and like they never fact check. You know how many times different videos I watched about this in preparation and stuff like that, where they said that he was 49 years old, and this article it says he was 51. Anyway, I mean that's a small thing, but it's just
but it goes to basic fact checking, right?
Right.
If they got the age of the guy wrong, what else did they get wrong about the story? In news, these details, these facts matter.
Right. Like they even a couple of like a little bit older videos said that the way that he was caught was he did a live stream on social media and one of his family members called it in. But then they came to find out that it wasn't a live stream at all, because then you're like, okay, how many people were watching this? Nobody said anything, whatever. It was a FaceTime between him and a family member.
Okay.
It was like a personal conversation.
Basically basically a personal video phone call.
Exactly, because like if you hear about the streaming, you're like, how many people were watching the streaming? None of them said a word. Like nobody said anything.
Okay, so folks, here's the difference. If it's just Biddy and I talking and we're using our cameras to talk to each other, that's basically a video call. If we had no audience right now, we'd be in a video call. But because we've got literally dozens of people watching us right now, literally dozens.
Yeah.
That makes it a live stream.
Oh, by the way, I'm wearing my KISS shirt for Ace Frehley.
Nice.
Rest
in peace. Rest in peace, Brother Frehley.
Yeah.
Brother Ace.
Yeah. Yeah. So the tip received from the suspect hometown, which is more than an hour away, Parkville Police Department. You said that already. That authorities say he's also a convicted felon with mental health issues. So
how the hell did he get a hold of an AR style rifle?
Exactly. And he was convicted for like marijuana possession. It wasn't a violent crime, but still.
Still felony.
Still a felony. So Billy Joe, he made his first appearance in court today, the federal courthouse in downtown Atlanta. His attorneys say that they look forward to clearing any misconceptions about this case. He's facing 3 charges. One includes attempted violence at an international airport. Authorities are still in the fact gathering portion in the case, so it's still an open investigation. Any bail discussions will happen on Monday at 9:30 a.m. The defense say that they need a few days to try and get his psychiatric records from the University of Alabama at Birmingham. They said he has a history of mental illness and want to make sure that's considered when the court decides whether he should remain in jail or released on bail. The defense is also asking for a preliminary hearing to get into that history of mental health, but that won't happen now. That's scheduled for about 2 weeks from now, which is on November 5th. And the U.S. Attorney's Office said they don't have any other comments at this time. So when he was apprehended, he didn't have the weapon on him. It seems as though he was just like, maybe he was trying to case it out. At least that's what they think, trying to see, where he was going to go, where, how many people he'd be able to get. I think he had 27 rounds of ammo that they found in his truck.
I'm surprised I only found 1 mag if he was planning on doing a mass shooting, but
to me, it sounds like he was trying to do a call for help because he's telling all of these people, and apparently this isn't the first time that he did this. The family member said that they tried to report that he was going to try and shoot up one of the main highways. I forgot the name of it, but this is kind of something he kept saying.
Then why weren't said family members doing their best to make sure he didn't have a damn gun?
Yeah, what if he has somebody that he's seeing at the University of Alabama, why aren't they alerted to maybe hold him in confinement, for a bit?
I'm not
figure out what's going on.
No, nobody get it twisted. I am not advocating any kind of a red flag law. I'm talking about enforcing laws that were already on the books. If the guy already had a felony, chances are pretty good he's not allowed to have a gun in the first place.
Right.
So I have questions how he obtained a gun. And if he had family members close to him that knew that he was in possession of a firearm when he's not legally allowed to be in possession of that, I know my family group, if they thought there was something funny about me and they knew I had firearms, they'd do everything they could to get me to give up those damn firearms. My family would take care of that. My friend group would take care of that.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Why didn't this person? They were alerted by the authorities were alerted by family. Why didn't family try to do something else to intervene? Or maybe that was just their last resort. Maybe that was it. but
Yeah, no,
I have many questions. I have many questions.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, he was getting help, he
Right.
was seeing a psychiatrist, but I mean, obviously it's not working. And to me it just looks like I don't even know, like, who knows if he was actually going to do something, but I'm glad that the family
Oh.
did say something and that
Doug's alive.
Doug,
Doug.
hey Doug, what's up? I was asking about you earlier. I was asking Brian if he saw you. But yeah, so I've said this before, like we always talk about this stuff, like the mental health. I mean, I work for many doctors' offices, I
Right.
speak to people all the time, and I work for the more urban areas of New York City. We'll just say that because I don't want to completely
No, don't
dox
dox
myself.
yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. But I talk to a lot of people that are just running around out there, and a lot of them, like, you can't even get a full clear sentence out of, or they're like on 10 and just talking over you and like not making coherent sentences, and they're just walking around just hopped up on all these medications and stuff like that, and it's not working. It's not working. They're just as wild as they would. Either they're that, or they're really on a ton of medication and they can't even speak because they're like half asleep. It's just we have to do an entire overhaul on the mental institutions, the medical treatment for mental health. It's bad. It's really bad. And all of the lies and all of the crap and all of the fear mongering and all of the stuff it just created more people with mental health issues. It's bad.
Indeed.
Oh gosh.
Well, you ready to talk about something different? Although it's not that different because we've talked about this interstellar object plenty of times before.
Yes.
But anyway, it's from your favorite newspaper.
All right. New York Post, Manhattan-sized interstellar object 3I Atlas emitting metal alloy never seen in nature, Harvard scientists show. The Manhattan-sized interstellar object zipping through the solar system is producing a metal alloy never before witnessed in nature. New images of the mysterious object taken by the Keck 2 telescope in Hawaii in August and released Wednesday confirmed the interstellar flyer is emitting a plume which contains 4 grams of nickel per second with no evidence of iron, unheard of in comets. So just further disproving that it's not a comet, it's not an asteroid, that it's possibly, just furthering this idea that it's possibly aliens or some kind of visitor. The end result is an alloy called nickel tetracarbonyl, which has only been previously witnessed in human manufacturing. Harvard astrophysicist Dr. Avi Loeb told the Post. I wonder if it's like some kind of. I wonder if it's going to end up being like something that we shot into space like decades ago, and then it was just kind of traveling around, and now it's coming back home. And then like after, around the time when we're all going to be like so worried that aliens are coming, they're going to be like, oh, you know what this actually is? It's ours. We didn't know. It came home.
I think there's several science fiction stories based around that premise. Excuse me.
Oh, really?
But who knew that crystalline nickel was the exhaust from warp drive.
What's warp drive? Is that a movie?
The interstellar faster than light drive.
Oh, it just like went over. Oh. Yeah,
Nevessa
but
would have got that joke.
Oh, definitely. I know. I'm the worst at this stuff. I'm so retarded. But okay, what's really cool though? Like a lot of this stuff is like, I say this all the time. I know you guys get mad at me, but I go on TikTok, right? And my For You page is really cool because of the things that I click on. I don't deal with any of the like psycho stuff. Like it's a lot of stuff that either makes me laugh or it's something fun to, thought provoking or whatever. So there's like a lot of people on TikTok that are doing these lives with these really high powered telescopes that allow them to stream what they're looking at. And they're
Right.
like zooming in on, because like they'll zoom out and you could see they're outside, like you could hear the crickets and different things like that. And then you zoom in and like right on the star or Saturn or all this stuff. I was watching this guy. It's so crazy how indifferent we've become because of all of this stuff. But I'm like watching this guy that's doing this yesterday or the other day, and there's like all of these things just moving around in space, and I'm just like, ah. But it's kind of cool to see like all these people getting real psyched about it.
It really is. I'm when this thing finally gets close enough that we can actually look at it with the Hubble and the other telescopes. I mean, hell, Elon Musk might be planning a fucking manned mission out to the damn thing. You never know what's going on.
It's going to be a very interesting November, December, I got to say, for a lot of different reasons.
For a lot of reasons. Interesting is correct.
Yeah. But yeah, listen, if the aliens want to come and hang out with us, all right. Do you like eggplant parm? I'm pretty good at it. Can we make a trade? You got any some space dust that's worth trillions of dollars? I'll make you a nice meal. Come hang out, whatever. I won't judge you. I'm fine. I'm like, whatever. What am I gonna do? Run? Just gonna hang out. Wait for the inevitable. But yeah, so watch the skies, you guys. Let us know if you see anything. Are we ready for the best part of the show? Caption this. Is that time?
The very best part of the show. Well, I'm looking for the bump to play.
I know. Come on, Bump.
Where's the bump? I need
Come
the
on,
bump.
Bump. Where you at, Bump?
Oh, there it is.
It's a good bump. So this is the best time of Sunset Rants. We were saying this is Caption This. If you're new to the show, we give you an AI generated image and we ask you, the audience, to please participate and give us some cool and funny captions. And then Brian and I will vote on the best one to see who's the winner. And if you ever watch Fafo Fridays.
This was inspired by Fafo Friday.
Yeah.
Actually, Fluffy submitted this one.
Did he really?
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm not even going to tell you what the prompt is or what this means. If you want to know, you got to go over to our channel and watch the latest episode of Fafo. And you'll find out what this is. Make sure you don't have any kids listening when you watch.
Yeah, Fafo Friday is definitely a PG-13 or better show.
Yeah, that's exactly why it's exclusively on Rumble.
Exclusive to Rumble. Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, I can't stare at this thing because I know what it is.
Well, we've already got a couple of decent submissions. Okay, Biddy, I won't let you. There, you don't have to look at it.
Thank you. Clutching my pearls.
Clutching your pearls.
I'm looking at your eyes. Well, if it doesn't destroy the planet, we can always fight a war over it. Yeah. Looks like Hardy knows.
When you stare into the ass, and the ass stares back at you.
Now that's a party. Oh my gosh.
I'm surprised Aaron hasn't put something up yet.
I think she did, but it's not popping up. Oh, here we go.
Hey, look, it's Harry Sisson.
Perfect. Oh. That guy was created in a lab in China.
China. Here's my. I'm submitting one.
I can't think of anything. It was up your butt, you know. I guess everybody got it. When I first seen it, I didn't get it right away. I was like, is that a pig knuckle? Whole new meaning to butt her face. BBL craze has just jumped the shark.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Biden's waking moments. It makes Tony Gonzalez moan. Oh my gosh. Who's that again? Tony Gonzalez? I know the name.
That is the Rhino member of Congress that Brandon Herrera, the AK guy, is running against.
Nice.
Adam Schiff's first time.
I want to see that man in orange jumpsuit so bad.
Oh God, yes, me too.
Like even more than Hillary, I think. Like I can't. He creeps me out.
Yeah. I mean, and the people of California putting that giving that guy a Senate seat. It's just.
You know who was running up against him when he was running? We covered on the show that lady Porter.
Yeah, I remember her. Oh yeah.
So we would have either had her or him.
Well, okay. I have a note here from the boss, even though we are about ready to wrap this up because we're at the last segment. No sports show tonight, guys. So, woo!
Oh no. Okay.
I mean, woohoo for you! You get to,
Hang out. Yeah, maybe I'll make some dinner.
There you go.
Making a sandwich.
There you go. Hang out with Garg,
Yeah.
Do what y'all do.
Sorry, Doug. Yeah, there's sports to cover, but we had one person, their computer got all messed up and there's a lot going on behind the scenes. I mean, we deal with these devices and stuff like that. They're unreliable, even if you have the money for it. I mean, even big name things have issues with audio and this and that. It's just the imperfect. Take me to your leader. All right, so.
Well, let's see. I'm leaning toward Adam Schiff's first time.
Yeah, that one was good.
But although Hardy Harmonicas, modern fart.
Oh, now I get it. Like modern art. That's great.
Yes.
I'm slow.
Aaron says she has so many she can't say, I know you do, Aaron.
This was like so juicy for her, I bet.
Yeah.
If we were exclusively on Rumble, we could have more fun. Don't get your cosmetic surgery from Temu. Oh no. I don't know.
All right. So
okay.
Well, let's do a vote here.
Okay.
We'll bring it down to put a 1 for Adam Schiff's first time, put a 2 for modern fart.
Okay. I swear, I'm like still in the 5th grade. Like when I hear the word fart, I just want to giggle.
As much as I love Doug's submission, I'm voting 2. Modern fart's just too funny.
Yeah. Oh, Dougie gave it 2. He's the best. Yeah, I'm going. I think that would be because
Yeah.
also like think about it like on a T-shirt. Like if it's one of it's one of the ones that win and go on as a T-shirt, that would be perfect. It really would.
It really would. Well, I am
Oh.
seeing Rick. We already started voting, Rick. Well, of the votes I'm seeing, it looks like it's unanimous for modern fart.
Say it again.
Modern fart.
Congratulations, Hardy. You win tonight's caption this. That is great. I don't want to see that picture ever again. That thing is so crazy. It looks like way too real too. It's funny. Yeah, Dougie banana dance. All right. Well, as always, I always say, I'm never gonna stop saying it because you guys are freaking awesome. I love hanging out with all of you guys. No.
One last time.
No.
I had to do it one last time. I've been staring at it on my other screen. You have to look at it too.
I know. All right. I can see it. It's down at the bottom of the thing. I can see it is staring at me. It's like the Mona Lisa. No matter where you're sitting, it's looking right at you. But yeah, thank you guys so much. Love you all. Hardy, Rebel, Doug, Rick, Aaron. You guys are freaking awesome. I love you guys. And don't forget, we got Sunset Rants tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern, same place. And yeah, if you want to go to the Q&R code, top whatever of the screen there, that'll bring you right to our website, riseofmiddleamerica.com. You can see all of our latest videos, all of our uploads. You can see all of our hosts, and you can get access to all of our socials and Discord if you want to join and hang out with us. And you get to submit AI generated photos for our caption this that might appear on the show. So definitely come hang out with us in Discord. And
just so you know, spoiler alert, the discussion that generated this image was about butt puppets. You'll have to go to Rumble and watch the replay of FAFO Friday to get the context.
Yeah, they're awesome. They're a great group. So definitely go give them a watch one time if you want to laugh, because they're really great. But yeah, you can follow the show, The Real Roma _AK. You can follow me, Elizabitty213A on X, Brian Tidwell1, or the Get Off My Lawn Guy on X. I hope you guys have a great night. See you tomorrow. Bye.
See you guys.
So I got to thinking, there's MAHA, Make America Healthy Again. MAGA, Make America Great Again. But what we really need to do is make America follow the Constitution again. Motherfucker. That sounded better in my head.